So, with Bella snoring away in the background, the World Health Organization today declared are you sitting down? An ultra deadly strain of monkeypox, a global public health emergency. Officials said that an outbreak of the virus in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and its neighbouring countries posed international concern. The WHO's highest level of alert. How's that worked out, even in recent years? When you look historically, in recent years and you reflect, what did they not do? Well, they didn't stop travel when they should have done. I'm talking about from where it was happening, that kind of thing. They didn't do any of that. And they were, look, lessons have been learnt, blah, blah, blah. We're going to all have to roll our sleeve up and take something. It's experimental, but, you can trust us. And if you don't, well, I'm sorry, you may lose your job, be ostracized, demonized by us. And remember, the very manufacturers of such solutions, shall we say, will only sell to governments on the understanding of a blanket immunity to any kind of prosecution. And then you had so many politicians stand up and say, don't you worry, even although they've said that. And they give you a wee table right at the start. Yeah. If it's proven, think about this, if it's proven that somebody's had, a bad reaction to this experimental shenanigans that the very manufacturers will not back, will not sell to us unless they have blanket immunity to prosecution of any kind. Yeah. We'll tell you could get up to 120 grand. And honestly, in the UK, and they've known this in think tanks, there is some people out there who would have absolutely leapt on the first individual that they thought was going to give them a jab and prayed that they had a bad reaction, just enough to get the 120 grand. But that wasn't what happened, was it? For many, oh, wait. And remember, you'd have to go through courts, you'd have to do whatever else. And if you're already on benefits, well, all those benefits will stop. Well, even in the very unlikely situation that you actually got the full amount that you could prove. And think about that one alone. And of course, there'll be costs, and honestly, the level of this, and so much more. But yeah, another demon out there. Another invisible enemy. Yeah. And it's some stage, let's be honest. Because remember, how many countries have signed up to, well, it's out of our hands. If the WHO says to lock down, well, that's what we have to do. Even although we try and pretend that this is a democracy and that we're actually working for you. All this and so much more. Seriously. So much more. So I could read this out, but, does it really, what about wombat flu? I don't even know if it's a thing, but, some people may get back to me and say, what, a thing? Good God, it's been known about for decades. Whatever. They can call it whatever. The point is there's an awful lot of things over the last few decades that governments have been accepting and doing and encouraging that fly in the face of historical containment of being in certain areas. They've known, for example, about Ebola, and you name to be in certain areas, and yet, and you've seen so many movies, yeah, oh, save the day. Thank God we got the blood off X, Y, and Z, patient zero, whatever the fuck, and the CDC comes through, yeah. You never actually see any films where they go, good God, look at the damage that vaccine did. They're thin on the ground, but plenty movies over decades about, some deadly disease, and the CDC or variation on the theme comes in at some point and has a vaccine. Yeah. You could argue successfully I could do a better job, but you wouldn't believe the amount of vids that I never upload. And I just think now and again, fuck it. Just throw it up there. It may not be that great, but Here was my thoughts at the time, and I'll speak to you soon.